Privyet. Hello everyone. You're on the Slavic News Channel, and in this video, we'll discuss the most significant updates on the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. We have a lot of interesting updates, so let's begin. First, let's address recent statements by Zelensky. He stated that Ukraine has signed or will sign security guarantees with 32 countries. He mentioned that if Trump becomes president, they will still work together, and noted that 40 billion euros for Ukraine in 2025 will not be revised. Additionally, by the end of the year, Ukraine will be allocated $50 billion. This means Ukraine is set to receive $90 billion for 2025, indicating that Zelensky plans to continue the military operations and remain president despite his expired term. He also noted that Ukraine needs another 25 Patriot systems for full protection, which is a significant challenge to obtain. There are differences between Zelensky's statements and the situation in the U.S. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson officially announced Donald Trump's nomination for president. Trump nominated Senator James Vance as his vice president, who believes the conflict in Ukraine will end in negotiations and finds the idea of Ukraine pushing Russia back to the 1991 borders unrealistic. He also stated that Ukraine is functionally destroyed as a country, contrasting sharply with Zelensky's outlook. Polls indicate that Trump's chances of winning the November elections are at 71%, while Biden's are at 17%. If elections were held this weekend, Trump would likely win. Now, let's move to the situation on the ground. In the Kharkiv direction, Russians continue bombing the southern part to discover and destroy Ukrainian positions. Ukrainians are concentrating forces west of Sinelnikovo to push Russians back from the Seversky Donetsk River. The exact location of this bridgehead is unclear, but it poses significant risks for Ukrainians. In the southern Kupiansk direction, Russians have started bombing Ukrainian forces. After losing Makivka, Russians have a window of opportunity to advance south along the Zhirobets River, mirroring their 2022 passage in Lyman. Very interesting updates continue to come in from the Crimea forest, where Ukrainian forces, particularly the 12th Special Purpose Brigade Azov, are advancing. Their main objective is to force Russians to redeploy reinforcements from other fronts like Kupiansk, Chasiv or Avdiivka. This is the only direction where Ukrainians have had more or less significant success. In the Toretsk, New York area, Russians have improved their positions in Druzhba and captured Stepova Street. They aim to encircle Toretsk from the east and northeast. A video showed a Russian soldier trying to enter a building under Ukrainian sniper control, illustrating the intense and dangerous combat situation. In New York, Russians are attacking Ukrainian positions on Zaleznaya and Ivano-Franko streets. Heavy clashes continue, and control over these streets is not yet confirmed. Pro-Ukrainian mappers have indicated these areas as contested, reflecting the ongoing fierce battles. In the western Avdiivka direction, Russians began storming Lazovatskaya. A video showed a Russian armored vehicle attacking Ukrainian positions, but getting hit by a Ukrainian FPV drone of the 110th Mechanized Brigade. Most mappers will likely update their maps to show Lazovatskaya under Russian control. In Novoselivka-Persh, Russians have cut off Ukrainian forces from their main supply line, effectively surrounding them. Ukrainians in this area have limited chances for evacuation, and the situation remains critical for them. Summarizing these updates, it appears Novoselivka-Persh is isolated from the village of Zelana along the 0542 road. While this road technically remains for Ukrainian use, its viability for evacuation without losses is uncertain. Ukrainians in Novoselivka-Persh are likely encircled by Russian forces, complicating their situation further. In the Robotyne direction, after a long operational pause, Russians resumed bombing Ukrainian positions with cluster aviation bombs. This typically precedes an assault or offensive operation, suggesting the Russians intend to regain control over territory lost during the 2023 battles conducted by Ukrainians. In Odessa, Russians conducted significant strikes, leading to the loss of several Ukrainian drones, including Bayraktar, kamikaze drones, and Tupolev drones of Portuguese production. These losses are significant for Ukrainian operations in the region. Summarizing the overall situation, the ground battles across various fronts illustrate a complex and evolving conflict. Zelensky's statements reflect a continuation of military operations bolstered by substantial financial support from international allies. However, the contrast in perspectives between Ukrainian leadership and emerging political developments in the U.S., particularly with Trump's candidacy and his VP's views, indicate potential shifts in international engagement and support strategies. And that's it for this update. Slavic News Channel condemn any violence in the world. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.